cow just like flops on the ground, covered in like God knows what. I can't.
I mean, that's basically.
I can't be that cow. I can never be that cow.
You're that mama cow.
I can't. I don't want to be either cow, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
They both look like terrible positions to be in.
Wait, so then I have to cough so bad, like most of the night. But I was like, I don't want to cough, and people think I'm sick. But I have no water. I have a dry throat because I didn't go into the hospital knowing I was going to stay. Like I went in, and then all of a sudden I was there. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to leave. And the husbands and the dad was like, no, you're just basically, I mean, we're so close. Just stay. I was like,
well,
okay.
How do you walk out of that at that point? Like, it's been nice, guys. Just
oh, I would have run out. I can never see anyone give birth. I can't. No.
So I have to call. So I'm like, okay. So I'm texting my friend, and I'm like, Karen, I have to cough so bad. Like, what do I do? And she was like, go to the bathroom and flush the toilet because the toilets are so loud, and just cough while the toilet's flushing. You'll be fine. I was like, genius idea. Why didn't I think of this? So I go and I do just that. And on my way to the bathroom, I look away from her vagina. On the way back, I forget what I'm doing because I'm so happy that I was able to cough so I can breathe again. And I was like, I'm unwell. Because at first, like, from the angle I was at, sitting, I was, like, wrapped up in a blanket. Like, I'm just, like, a chill person.
You're just, like, just chilling out with a blanket, with your blankie.
That's basically what I was doing.
Her glass of wine and her snack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no snacks, though. So, because I didn't have any. So then I see it. And I'm like, oh my God. Because before, all I'm seeing is like blood coming out of her lady bits. And then like, and the lady's doing something down there with her hands. Pulling baby. I don't know. So then I see it and I'm like, oh my God, I am unwell. So this is towards the end of like the actual labor. And the nurse is like, listen, I really think it'd be helpful if we put the mirror up there so you can see it. Because I guess that's supposed to help with the pushing because you can't feel anything. So at this point, the whole time my friend was like, hell no. Then she was like, line it up. Let's get this done with. She'd been pushing for like 3 hours. She's like, I'm done. So she goes. And I'm like, Kayla, this is basically going to be like when we get our hair done by the same girl named Casey. This is like when Casey does her hair and she turns us around when we go from brown to blonde. I'm going to just turn this mirror around and you're going to see your baby coming out.
Oh, no.
And she's like, one, I'm going to kill you. And she was like, are you comparing my birth to when you went from brown to blonde hair? And I said, basically, yes. They're both very dramatic.
Yes.
Yeah. Biscuit before, biscuit after. Looks like a murder scene.
So we do that, and I guess the people are like, she does a couple pushes, and the nurses are like, oh my God, this is amazing. Let's call the doctor. So then they call the doctor, who gets a speeding ticket coming to see her, because it's like pushing midnight.
Oh, wow.
But that doctor had plenty of time. She'd been pushing 3 hours.
Touche, Cindy. So she comes, and then
shame on him.
They start setting stuff up, like, and I'm like, oh, we about to get real serious.
Yeah.
They pull in a whole nother card. They take half the bed away. They put something else on. They like put throwaway blanket type things, like plastic blankets everywhere. I was like, oh, this is a straight up murder scene now. We're getting
all Dexter.
We're getting real serious. I see. So she does all this. Then they're like, okay, one push. And then I don't know what it was, but something flies out. Not a baby. And
not a baby.
And hits the little side nurse. I don't know. She wasn't.
You
in
were
the
like,
nurses
here
that
comes
were-
the baby. Oh shoot, something's wrong with
I was
that
like-
baby.
Were you
I was like-
were you in the labor and delivery ward or one of those ping pong shows in Tijuana? Like, she was like shooting stuff out of there. Like,
It was, I don't know what it was, but it was gross. It was something slimy.
ew.
And I was like, but I really just thought, where was this in all of the pushing she had just done? Like,
Well-
did the nurses just keep on tucking whatever that was back in?
I mean, the placenta doesn't come out first. What the heck was it?
Okay, so first of all, I do have the video, so I could watch it again to see the order, but I'm
You
pretty sure
videoed
this.
it?
Oh yeah, that was another thing. At the very end, when the nurse comes in, the girl who was WWE wrestling on her stomach was like, "Hey, now's the time to film. We're about to have a baby." And Kayla was like, "Hell no, we're not filming. That's not how this works. That's not how none of this works." And
Yeah,
the lady goes, "You're gonna definitely want it, and just think if you don't have it, you can't get it back. But if you have it and want to delete it." And then, so Kayla was like, "Okay, I guess please record it." Some of the very tasteful video from the head, not the baby entering.
So
the
who
world.
did it? You recorded it?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah, we didn't but that is a thing around here in Ascension Parish. People, like a bunch of the mothers, like hire photographers up in there.
What?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
How
here,
is that
too,
a
at
job?
least.
First of all, how is that a job you'd want?
Right?
Ew.
Like, and how do you advertise that for that job?
I guess you're like, do weddings, newborns, and deliveries.
Oh my god. Oh.
But anyway, so I guess
get insurance on that equipment just with stuff flying out over like that.
Ugh.
I would definitely just use my portrait mode on my iPhone. It's flat.
oh,
But so I guess, I mean, I have a weirdo friend who wants to watch the video, so I'll have her watch the video so we can see the order. But I'm pretty sure whatever this was came out pre-baby.
All
It
right.
must have come out. It must have come out, but don't worry, the lady had a splash mask on, so apparently it's a thing. So the baby comes out, and we all thought it was a girl because we all just wanted a girl really bad, but it was a boy. But that was fine. I'm still filming, or whatever, and then I think the lady's sewing stuff up, and I think I have that on film. And I'm like, once I realized what was happening, because the baby comes out, and then they just start pulling your kidney out, your liver out, I don't know, whatever other accessories you got shoved up in there, they pull those out. There was so much stuff coming out.
and then they have to sew it up if she ripped, and this is way too much information for the listeners. But at any rate, so Teresa, the bottom line of this entire story is,
Yes.
where do you stand on having a child?
I don't think I want one coming out my biscuit.
Okay,
Does
so
this affect your feelings at all?
I mean, it's a little scary. Mark, don't ever.
It's a lot
Nope.
scary. I
Yeah,
am so out on this.
Ugh.
Margaret's out. Margaret's done. You just did her in. She's done.
I think having a C-section would be better though,
No,
right?
no.
No?
Oh,
I mean, you are fully awake, and they just saw you open.
it's and the recovery is really
recovery.
difficult.
I'm sorry. The recovery is more than having a ripped biscuit.
Yes.
They're scared to go number 2 with.
No, it's seriously. I mean, I had my kids natural, and I was home doing laundry, everything the next day.
Cindy, you're much more stronger. I don't know the word.
Well, a C-section
The Hulk of
would have.
pregnant women.
Yeah.
It's your biscuit sounds resilient. I'm not sure that mine is so.
I don't. My biscuit's not that resilient.
It's not. It's kind of a wimp.
She's
Yeah.
a delicate flower.
It is. It is.
Well,
I might be able to birth a Polly Pocket or something. More than that.
I'll definitely have to smoke during my pregnancy to make sure I have a small baby.
yeah. So, Teresa, are you going to take up smoking right when you get pregnant?
Or right when I get pregnant, I'm like, you know what? Can't run anymore. I guess I'll just start smoking.
Right. Well, as you guys know, 2 days ago, my sister-in-law had their second baby. My brother had their second baby, and it was a boy. But she, over a week...
huge baby.
It was huge, right? He was huge. But she was over a week late. So she's like, well, what does it mean? Because my daughter was 2 weeks late. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. The baby, she was not that, she was the same size, whatever. It's the first one, not a big deal. They were both like, I don't know, 7-something, 8, just hitting 8. But she ended up he was almost 10 pounds. He's like an enormous cow. And I was cracking up because like the first picture they sent me was like he just got cleaned up and they put a little outfit on him and he looked like he was going to walk out of there.
He did look like a young adult.
I'm like, he was so alert. His eyes were wide open. He's like making these faces. He's got this really like, mean scowl on his face already. I was like, holy cows.
He is related to us.
Yeah, I know, but he looks just like my nephew, so I could probably figure that he's going to grow up, probably look like my nephew, but his name is Brock.
Wait,
Brock.
I was saying Block. B-L-O-C-K, and I was like, what the?
That's real hipster to name your kid Block. No, it's Brock. And what happened was during the baby shower, apparently you play these baby shower games. I don't know. We didn't do any of that. Okay. So one of the games was, and it's like a couple's baby shower. It's not just women. Like they did the whole, just a party. So the game was the baby's name starts with a B and you had to write down your guesses. And then they gave you a piece of tape measuring thing you cut and who could guess the circumference of her stomach. Okay. I played that. And, the baby's name was B, so my little brother's nickname growing up was Boomer. So we were like, is he going to name the baby Boomer, like after his nickname? And I'm like, I don't know, so I guessed that one. But Danielle had a work thing, so she didn't make the shower. So I was discussing the baby name game with her later, and I was like, oh, the baby's name starts with the B, and she goes, oh, my brother loves Trump. She goes, what if he's naming the baby Barrett after Trump's son?
Oh, my God.
I was like, oh, my God, now that, because he said, when you hear the baby's name, it's going to make sense. So I'm like, oh, could it be Barron? So it was just funny when they said Brock, because I was thinking like a Barack, like Barack Obama. So I'm like, hey, I had the wrong president. I was, close with the presidential name, but it's Brock.
Did you to him?
No, yeah, I did. He just laughed. I was like, so it's Brock, B-R-O-C-K.
Wait, why is that important to you? Is that like a family name?
Never really, no reason why it's important. I don't know yet, but it must, I think it's the name of like 2 football players. I don't know.
All right.
So, but it's probably popular hipstery name anyway. Yeah. There's a Dudafoo.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So listen, we have to take a break, you guys, and when we come back, I'm going to go in with the new Zadudafu story to top this off, okay? We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Couple of Instigators. This is the baby birth show. No. We're not, we will end on that baby birthing note, but you guys, the next time we record, we are going to be doing a test with Teresa, and it's going to be, do the trolls think Teresa is capable of raising a baby or even having a baby? So we will have different questions, and yes, it will be our big MBB extravaganza.
Yes.
Mom's behaving badly. But now that we're back really quick and we ended on the whole Zadudafu note, you guys, Alexa has something on her hands, in the palm of her hands. It's like, not you, Alexa, wrong one. Jen, that's what we're talking about. Next is my Alexa keeps going off. So I had said...
She has like a is it stigmata?
It's like a rash on the palm of her hands. But she's a bartender, so I don't know if, her hand's always in the water, but it comes and it goes, and she can't get rid of it. So I gave her Okay, she had these prescriptions. She had tried everything. I gave her the Zadudafoo, and it worked. Can you believe it?
It's the universal miracle cream.
This cream is amazing. Okay,
I need to order some too.